This class is going to be working with ground and subtractive drawing. That means we're going to be using our erasers to subtract the ground, and this way we can use our compressed charcoal as a ground and our eraser, whether it's kneaded or our plastic eraser, to draw with. Now this is the image we're going to be working with. I took and made it grayscale. These are some chalks that you might see in your local store. We're using vine charcoal for this project. This is compressed charcoal, which we're going to use for our next class project. And here are some more images of the same charcoal. Now it's always good to know how your materials work. So this is the vine charcoal side by side with the charcoal compressed in case. I used stencils to help for this project to help you with proportions. I used an X-Acto knife to cut it out. And the idea is we're going to draw the car opposite and see if it matches the second one. Whichever piece you get, you're going to draw the opposite as well. So this is the outline of the piece that I decided to use, and now I'm trying to draw the opposite. Again, you're going to draw both cars, but in this case, you have something to help you measure the proportion first. You have a contour outline, as you see, and then I'm using height, width, and depth to try to figure out the Jeep on the left. Now the Mustang on the right, I'm going to fill in eventually, but right now I'm trying to use my units of measurements to fill up the second half. And then at the end of the project, you're going to see me put the stencil piece back on it and see if it fits. And no person who draws is always going to be accurate when you're starting to learn to draw. I still say I'm an amateur artist and I'm improving with time. The more I draw, the better. And charcoal is not really my forte, but this was an enjoyable project. So again, the whole point is to cover your image with charcoal and erase, subtractive drawing. In this case, I decided to go heavy on the outline since I used the stencils, and then smudge with a Q-tip, a paper towel. You can use a stump if you have one, anything that you have on hand. Try not to use your hands so you don't put the oil of your hands on the paper. And this is actually the drawing pad, so we're going to use the drawing pad that the school provided. Now this is a natural vine charcoal that I'm using, and I'm going to bring these into class for you to use. The school did provide you with some compressed charcoal, some Conte charcoal, and we're going to use this for this project or just use it for our next project. As you can see, the idea is always to draw from life, and if you can, use pictures as well. The same skills you're going to use drawing with a picture, you do use from drawing from life. You do use as well in drawing with life items. Anything 3D that you could rotate around, that is drawing from life. Anything in a picture, that's drawing from a printed image, or as I like to say, copying or recreating. Now, drawing is definitely about observation, and whether you have a printed image or a 3D real life object, it's always going to be a challenge. And the good thing about drawing is you can redraw, edit as much as possible. Now you can see me using the Q-tip and smudging the charcoal so I can get a darker value scale for the Jeep. And then I'm going to use my kneaded eraser. I shaped it into a point to try to bring out some highlights. I didn't go too crazy on it since I only know that you guys are going to have an hour and 20 minutes. I just kept it as simple as possible. I think I finished this project within 30 minutes. Again, I would like you guys to take your time. I did 2 projects. The one that you saw in the first half was done with actually charcoal and pencil and a lot of erasing. I did use an HB pencil eraser and any eraser that I had on hand as well. Now the theme for this project is subtractive drawing, or you could say drawing with eraser. And I hope it's an enjoyable project. I wanted to use some cars since I found them in my local pharmacy. Toy cars are easier to turn around, and you can see that it has the boxy shape. Now if I was focusing on perspective, this would be a lot different, but I was just relying on the image. And no matter what, I think I've told you my blind spot is always trying to make things frontal. So you could see that I gave it more width in the Jeep side when there's a lot less. But it came out pretty decent. Again, I could always edit by redrawing. Charcoal is a messy medium, so I will have some paper towels and a water bottle so we can wipe up our hands. Lastly, you can see that the vine charcoal lifts up a lot easy whether you smudge it by accident, so you could always redraw the dark charcoal half if you need to. Never worry about making a mistake, the charcoal is very forgiving. It acts as a HB pencil, or at least an H value, and then you can go in darker and darker the more you put in, or just use a compressed charcoal instead of the vine for a darker, richer value. Okay, I'm pretty much done, and you can see I was close to the size it needed to be. Not perfect, but this is the end result.